Yesterday we have seen the lathe, mother of all machines. Regarding that, we have started. On that, we have seen the principle of lathe, then different parts of the lathe we have seen. Now, we will see the operations going to be performed on lathe machines. First operation which is going to be there is turning operations. It is the most common type of operation in all lathe machines. Turning is the operation by removing excess material from the workpiece to produce cylindrical surface to desired length. The job in this operation, the job is held between the center or a chuck, or and it is given a rotating required speed. The tool moves in a longitudinal direction to give feed towards the headstock with the help of power depth of cut. proper depth of cut. Surface finish is good with in these operations. See, figure is there. In that figure, you will see that this is going to be a spindle. On the spindle, its headstock chuck is there. On that chuck, this workpiece is held. This is having a rotary motion. This is having a revolving workpiece, then rotary motion, and tool is moving longitudinally along the axis. Axis of the workpiece is here. Along the axis of the workpiece, this tool having a movement, and this for turning operations we are giving this longitudinal direction. For giving depth of cut, we will move the tool in the transverse directions. Transverse means towards the material, and longitudinal means along the axis of the workpiece. Next operation is facing. It is an operation of reducing the length of the workpiece by feeding the tool perpendicular to the lathe axis. The operation of reducing a flat surface on the end of the workpiece. For this operation, regular turning tool or facing tool may be used. The cutting edge of the tool should set to the same height as the center of the workpiece. See, what we are going to do. Again, workpiece is held in chuck. It is a revolving one, and height of the tool and the workpiece height is matched. And after that, what we are doing, we are reducing the length of the workpiece. This is going to be a length. For reducing the length of workpiece, this facing operation is going to be performed. Okay, this is going to be a facing operations. Next is chamfering. Chamfering operation, it is the operation of getting a beveled surface at the edge of the cylindrical workpiece. This is done in case of bolt ends and shaft ends. Chamfering helps to avoid damage to the sharp edges and protect operation getting hurt during the other operations. Chamfering on bolt helps to screw the nut easily. See in figure again. Chuck workpiece is held in chuck work. It is revolving, but only corner is there 45-degree or bevel shape. In 99% it is going to be kept 45-degree. Angle is going to be given 45-degree for the chamfering purpose, so that sharp edges at the end of the shaft will get removed, due to which no damage to the operator during the operation. Forming operation, it is the process of turning a convex or concave of any irregular shape. Form turning may be accomplished by following method: by using forming tool, combining cross and longitudinal feed, and tracing or copying a template. Forming tools are not supposed to remove much of the material and is used mainly for finishing formed surfaces. Generally, Two types of forming tools are used, straight and circular. Straight type is used for the wider surface, and the circular type for narrow surfaces. See this figure again. Workpiece is held in the chuck. In between the center it is held, because during the tailstock we are giving a dead center, and with the help of dead center we are supporting the workpiece. And if it is a curved circular way, we are giving just a depth, so that it will be curved shape will be formed. Generally this curved shape also can, or rectangular shape also can, that is called as forming. That is called as forming surface, forming operations. Grooving, it is the process of reducing the diameter of workpiece over a narrow surface. It is done by a groove tool. Grooving tool is similar to the parting of tool. It is often done at the end of the thread or adjacent to a shoulder to leave small margins. Forming tool circles त्याला depth and परत त्याला त्याला we are moving the tool along the axis, so that diameter will be gets reduced for the required. Knurling is an operation of obtaining a diamond shape on the workpiece for gripping purpose. This is done to provide better gripping surface when operated by hands. It is done by using knurling tools. The tool consists of a set of hardened steel roller, and is held rigidly in the tool post. Rotary part is there. Tool post, we are going to hold this, whatever shape we want of knurling, that shape tool we are going to clamp in the tool post, and we are giving movement in the transverse directions, that is perpendicular to the axis of the lathe. We are pushing this tool, but depth of cut for this knurling operation is very less. Knurling is done at lowest speed available on the lathe. It is done on handles and also in case of ends of gauges. The feed varies from 1 mm per revolution, 1 mm to 2 mm revolutions per. 2 or 3 cuts may be necessary to give full impressions. Drilling is the operation of producing a cylindrical hole in the workpiece. It is done by rotating tool. The rotating side of the cutter is known as drilling tool. In this operation, workpiece is revolving in a chuck or first plate, and drill is held in the tailstock, drill holder or drill chuck. The feeding is affected by the movement of tailstock spindle. This method is adopted for drilling regular shaped workpiece. For drilling workpiece is held in the chuck. It is rotary one. We are installing this drill, which is going to be held in the drill chuck, and drill chuck is mounted on a tailstock, and we are giving a movement to the tailstock spindle, so that drill will move towards the workpiece and away from the workpiece, and drilling operation will be takes place. Rimming is the operation of finishing and sizing of the hole which has been already drilled or bored. The tool is used called as rimmer, which has multi-plate cutting edges. The rimmer is held in tailstock spindle either directly or through a drill chuck, and is held stationary while workpiece is revolved at slow speed. And again, tailstock spindle can be given movement so that it will reach to the end of the drill. Boring is the operation of enlarging the hole which is already drilled, punched or bored. It cannot produce a hole. The boring is similar to the external turning operations and can be performed in a lathe. In this operation, the workpiece is revolved in a chuck or first plate. The tools which are fitted in the tool post is fed to the workpiece. It consists of boring bar having a single point cutting tool which enlarges the hole. It also corrects the roundness of the hole. This method is adapted for boring small size works only. The speed of the process is slow. See, ये ड्रिल वर्क पीस है, वर्क पीस हमने पहले सबसे पहले ये ड्रिल छोटा ड्रिल किया है, फिर उसको एनलार्ज करना है, ये डायमीटर से बड़ा करना है, तो बोरिंग टूल सिंगल पॉइंट कटिंग टूल से जैसे टर्निंग किया जाता है वैसे इंटरनल हम लोग उसको टर्निंग ऑपरेशन करेंगे, इंटरनल टर्निंग ऑपरेशन करेंगे और जिसकी वजह से क्या हो जाएगा, वर्क डायमीटर बड़ा बड़ा होता जाएगा. अब हम लोग डेप्थ ऑफ कट इधर ये उस वर्क पीस जो डेप्थ ऑफ कट देते थे टर्निंग ऑपरेशन में, वो टूल को मूव करते थे वर्क पीस की तरफ या सेंटर ऑफ द एक्सिस की तरफ. लेकिन यहाँ पे डेप्थ ऑफ कट देने के लिए सेंटर लेथ का जो सेंटर है उससे अवे लेके जाएंगे और वर्क पीस की टुवर्ड्स वर्क पीस, so that depth of cut will be given. Taper turning. A taper is the uniform increase or decrease in diameter of the workpiece and measured along its length. Taper turning means produce a conical shape by gradual reduction in diameter from cylindrical workpiece. Thread cutting. It is important operations in the lathe to obtain the continuous helical grooves or threads. When threads of or helical grooves are formed on the out surface of the workpiece, called external threading. When threads of helical grooves is formed in the inner surface, the workpiece is called as internal threading. The workpiece is rotating between two centers, live center and dead center. Here the tool is moved longitudinally to obtain the required shape of the thread. When the tool is moved and from left to right to left, we get left hand thread. Similarly, when tool is moved from left to right, we will get the right hand thread. Here motion of the carriage is provided by the lead screw. The pair of the change gears drives the lead screw, and by rotating the handle the depth of cut can be controlled. अब वहाँ पे हमने देखा है कि लेफ्ट हैंड थ्रेड और राइट हैंड थ्रेड थंब रूल है. जैसे हम लोगों ने देखेंगे ये लेफ्ट थ्रेड की तरफ देखेंगे, थ्रेड का ऐसे करेंगे, अगर उसका इंक्लिनेशन टुवर्ड्स राइट साइड है तो राइट हैंड थ्रेड, इफ इट इज़ टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट हैंड थ्रेड इट इज़ लेफ्ट साइड, then it is called as left hand thread. This is going to be regarding lathe. So we require principal parts of lathe. We require different operations going to be performed on lathe that we have seen. Now from the next lecture we will go for the drilling machine, milling machine, etc. So today we will stop with the help of lathe. Just I want to ask, have you gone through the numericals or the power transmission elements? If any problem in the numericals or in the question answers, kindly contact me if required. Thank you.